Hey everyone, this is Lomi, and we just got through the big ice storm that went through the southern part of the US. That ended up being a really interesting experience that kept me out of my studio. And now that I am up there making some book sleeves, this is actually the first time that I've been able to go upstairs in 2 weeks. It has been so unbelievably cold. So once the power came back on, I decided I wanted to try to do some crafting. I wanted to do an easy project. I've mentioned recently that I wanted to spend more time making things for myself, not necessarily things for my dolls. And so I decided that I was going to make some book sleeves. And I made my own pattern for this. It's well, sort of a pattern. It's actually just a piece of printer paper that I folded just based on like what size I thought would be good for the pocket. So the full size is the fabric and the lining and the batting that goes on the inside, and then whenever I fold it, that is the size that I use for the pocket and the pocket batting and lining. I actually had quilt batting that a friend gave me as a gift last year for my birthday, and now I'm getting to use it for this. But to make a sleeve like this, I just started with the batting for the pocket and put the exterior fabric on top of it with the wrong side of the fabric against the batting. Then the lining goes on top of the exterior fabric. I run a seam along the very top, flip it over, and hem the top edge, so that keeps it looking really nice. The completed pocket gets put on the front of the exterior fabric, and for the first few sleeves that I made like this, because I was new to making them, I sewed the pocket on first to make sure that it wouldn't shift around when I was putting the layers of the exterior together. If you're confident, you can definitely just pin it all together and sew it in one go so that you don't have to do the extra seam down the sides. But I sewed the pocket onto that front piece, and then I attached a piece of elastic for the closure onto the exterior fabric of the back. I tried using flat elastic for this first, and it did not work out well. It worked okay for the sewing process, but it has to be used with a shank button. If you wanted to use a flat button, you really need to use round elastic. So I ended up using some hair ties from the grocery store as the elastics for these closures, and those worked super well. And then it goes on to some batting, and the exterior pieces go together with the right sides together. And I just get to sew down one side across the bottom and up the other side, leaving the top open. With all of us home during the ice storm, it was really nice to have some quiet time up in my studio, even though it was really, really cold. I'm really upset about this, but we spent like $10,000 on a new HVAC system over the summer, and the air conditioning works great, and it turns out the heat upstairs does not work. It's silly of me, but I thought I was going to be able to go up there and sew even though it was freezing cold, and I only managed to do a book sleeve, so all of the more intricate stuff that I wanted to do for my dolls was going to be completely out of the question. It gave me a lot of opportunities to think through everything that I've been working on lately. I've been super busy with the Kickstarter campaign that's going, but I feel like that has worked out so well for relaunching my books. In the past, anytime I have done a new book launch, I have always just done a Google form pre-order, and people just fill out the Google form whenever they want a book. I send them a PayPal invoice, and then I ordered all the books that I needed for fulfillment. Everything was manual, and it took so much effort. Using Kickstarter as a pre-order platform instead has been incredible because their fulfillment tools are so easy to use. Probably have some more to say about that in the future. Maybe I'll do a video on the fulfillment for the current campaign whenever it's over. Here I am sewing the interior lining. It's just the two pieces of the lining together, and I leave a gap at the very bottom so that I can turn this right side out later through the bottom. The exterior part of the sleeve gets turned right side out, and then I put it inside the lining so that I can sew the top edge together. Once the lining is sewn to the exterior, I can turn it right side out through that hole left in the bottom of the lining, and then I can just close the lining by sewing over the bottom edge. While I was working on this project, I spent a lot of time thinking about what this coming year should hold for me. One of the joys of having a January birthday is that right after you spend time thinking about the new year, you also get to think about what you want the next year of your life to be like. So January is always a big time of thought and reflection for me. I know that I've shared that over the past year, I've thought a lot about how I want things to change for my channel and how I approach my creativity, but I'd spent less time thinking about myself and how I wanted to change for the coming year. This year of my life is going to close out a decade for me, and this past decade hasn't really been the best to me. I want to close it out on a more positive note, and that means making some adjustments to how I view myself as a person in addition to how I view my creative processes. I know that's big thoughts for a little sewing video, but it's what's been on my mind, so I thought I should share it anyway. Originally, I had planned to document my birthday outings and share those alongside my newest doll projects, but all of that kind of got derailed, and I'm sort of learning to roll with the punches there. It's something I used to be better at, and it got harder through the years, and maybe the newer version of me will go back to that flexibility I used to have. Once the lining is inside the sleeve, I pin along the top edge so that I can sew it down and hold the lining in the sleeve properly. This step is really simple, but it makes it look a little bit more polished. The last step for the sleeve is sewing on a button, and I just do that by hand. Because of the ice storm, the only birthday outing I actually had was a quick trip to Miniso where I picked up my free birthday blind box. So I guess I'll go ahead and open that, just because I thought it might be fun.
There is like a mountain of books on my desk right now because I've been taking pictures of all of them. But let's see what I got. Whatever it is, I hope it's cute. Okay. And it is the umbrella. That's kind of a shame because that's like the one that I liked the least. So we've got like the stick for the umbrella so that it can actually be put into the table that I didn't get. There's some tiny little cookies, a My Melody basket. This is a base for the umbrella and the umbrella top. Okay, I'm a little disappointed by that. I kind of was hoping for literally any of the other ones. But oh well, that's what happens with blind boxes. I don't learn my lesson. My birthday present finally came and it's a blind bag of clothes. So this is from Lace Made. It is 3 garments in a bag, blind bag style, and I'm honestly a little afraid to see what I got. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the Fleur Poetry dress. My friend got this and my sister got this, and I was so hoping that I would get this. Oh my goodness. Okay, that one's good. That one makes it worth it, even if that's the only good thing I got. Okay, okay, so this is the same Barbie pink dress, floral disc fairy corset dress. My friend got this also. Coming to check it out, Mr. Toast. And I got the goddess dress. Okay, so this is the Saint Phoenix dress, and my sister got this, and my friend got 2 of them because she got a kind of an unlucky bag, I guess. But I was actually kind of hoping I would get this because I have a lot of ideas to restyle this. Oh my gosh, I got 3 dresses. I'm so excited. Toast, look. Toast, look at my dresses. I'm so excited.
We recently adopted another cat, by the way. We've spent the past several years fostering dogs because my husband loves dogs, but my daughter developed a terrible allergy to dogs, which was really weird since she grew up with a husky. So we settled for adding a new cat to the family instead. I love how both of these dresses look, but this one especially is just a dream. So maybe getting a blind box and blind bag as my birthday gifts this year kind of helps to teach me to roll with the punches because, the first one didn't work out so well, but I'm so happy with the second. And honestly, that's kind of motivating with the goal of being a little bit more relaxed and go with the flow. And that's all for today, though. Thanks for watching. Bye.